So Anthony, we're going to start with this image from London 2012. When you look at that, what's the first thing that comes into your mind?
What am I doing here? You know, 3 years before that, I was looking at a long, lengthy court case, sentence in jail, and now I'm like the flag bearer of Great Britain. So it was fun, but I didn't know what was coming. I just didn't know how I ended up there, if I'm honest with you.
And I was thinking, you've gone on to win a world title. James DeGale did the same, but it's only the two of you who've done that.
Is it?
In men's boxing from Britain.
I do believe that someone else will achieve it now, because when we speak about it, it's like that 4-minute mile. They say it was impossible until someone done it. But for now, it is rare for sure. But I can't wait for the next young set of heavyweights or whichever weight they are to come through and make us look like ordinary people, because I think there's so much talent out there that hasn't been discovered yet.
So the next one, and this is handshakes with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah. What did I think?
Emotional agreement.
Yeah.
You look like you've been dressed by your mum's for your first day at school, didn't you?
I used to get my stuff from Asda, George Asda, yeah, and just take it to the tailors, get it chopped up for a tenner, and come and present myself to the world. So remember, the only time I used to wear suits was to court dates, right, or to funerals. Now I'm doing big business, but from a young age, I always had like a hustler's head on my shoulders. So I could stand strong with Eddie Hearn, who's, you know, educated man, come from a good family. I've come from a good family, but for me personally, education wasn't always like my main priority. And I felt like at this stage of my life, boxing wasn't the hard part. Making sure my business was in the right order was the hardest part.
And that was the promotional agreement.
Yeah.
But you were so keen, as you say, to hustle and to keep control of your career from the management side.
Because there's a saying in boxing where, you know, boxing is the only jungle where the lions are afraid of the rats. Because you see what promoters have done to many boxers before, you know. It wasn't so long ago in like the 80s and the early 90s where, you know, athletes were getting they got taken advantage of. And it's such a shame, because we see them today. These are my heroes and many other heroes. And, you know, these are the guys, we're the guys that make this boxing industry work. And Eddie's proven me to be one of the best in the business. The Hearn family, Matchroom Boxing, have stuck to their word, and I've stuck with them. And I'd advise anyone in boxing to kind of look at them as a promotional outfit, because they taught me not only how to navigate my career, but they gave me access to understand how the business runs.
You've been good for them as well, and this is where it all started, the pro debut.
Yeah.
A year after the Olympics, more than a year after the Olympics, against Emanuele Leo.
Emanuele Leo, 8-0 fighter. Good to kind of get people talking, oh my God, this new boxer's come and taking on someone that's had 8 fights and won them. And let's see how he's gonna get on, and we got the job done.
What was the standard like? What did it feel like on the night, having come off the back of the standard at the Olympics against Savon and Camarelli and the rest?
It didn't really mean anything to me at this stage. I didn't even know what was really going on. I just kind of trained and just gave my best. Like, remember, I never had an intention to be a boxer, so it wasn't like this was my dream. This was an experience rather than a dream. So I was just kind of riding the wave. I call it a situation where if you know where you're going, you can turn up to a red carpet and know how to walk down it, and you know where you're going because this has always been part of your plan. But for me, it's like the red carpet is being rolled out and I'm just walking a few steps behind it as it's going. So I'm figuring it out as I'm going along.
So did it take time to get comfortable in that space, in that environment?
Yeah, the pro ranks is different, no head guard, different gloves, you know, smaller ring, you know, you're bare, like you're fighting some of the toughest and best fighters in the world. So this was like my learning time in the pro ranks.
And this one we move on to April 2017, and this is your arms raised after the first knockdown against Vladimir Klitschko. What's going through your mind here as the referee is?
I thought I'd won. I thought I was going to win it from this point on. This is round 5. I went on to fight another 6 rounds after this. So yeah, I thought I'd won it, but there was still a steep mountain to climb against one of the former greats in Vladimir Klitschko. But what I learned after this fight is that there's levels. You know, this guy is the first guy who took me 11 rounds, and obviously he had the pedigree to be in that position to do that. But for me, I've always said that I need to be a cut above the rest. So I went away and tried to develop and change my style and so on and so forth. And it's brought me to here now, you know. That fight, I believe, is one of the fights which brought me to this point here, and big time boxers back.
We're on to ring walks.
Yeah.
How big, how important of the entire experience are they to you?
They're not so much, because fight focused, there's nothing bigger and better than a victory. It's not how you walk in, it's how you walk out. That's in my opinion. But at the same time, I do know.
What does this do for you then?
It's not for me, it's for the crowd. I only do it for the crowd. I've walked in with no music before. Yeah, so for me...
I mean, I've been amazed by even some of the biggest fights I've covered in the States. They just walk to the ring and that's it.
No entertainment,
even
yeah.
like Mayweather against De La Hoya,
Because
very little fanfare.
It is a job.
You
It is a job. You want to get in there, do your job at the end of the day. All this stuff here, like Prince Nassim Hamid, what an entertainer,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
He was one in a million, but it's not for everyone.
This is Conor McGregor after Hellenius last year.
Taking a sip of that stout.
Talking about entertainment and the whole package, what do you make of Conor?
Conor, like, listen, larger than life character. He's someone that you can take inspiration from. Remember, we're only here once, and you have to live life, because like a lot of people are like, it's each of their own, but reserved and quiet and just getting through life. He's someone that's at the forefront of life and living it to its full capacity in his own right, and I like that about him a lot. I like that about him.
Is there any mileage in talking to him about what's coming up, given he fought?
Facts,
Mayweather?
1,000,000% there's mileage in speaking to someone like Conor McGregor. And even if it's just like a small gem, something is better than nothing.
Might be one pointer.
Yeah,
That's
something's
enough.
better than nothing.
Yeah. This was taken by
That's a really nice picture,
Matchroom
that.
staffer at the day of reckoning.
Yeah.
What does that say? What's the message here, do you think?
Prayer, like don't let success get to your head, and don't let failures get to your heart. That's just like, I was just giving thanks, giving prayer, just thankful for another day at the office, success. I really like that picture.
And that was the win against Farlene, 3 out of 3 in 2023. How do you reflect on the year as a whole? Franklin, Hellenius, Farlene.
It's in the past. It's done. No, I don't reflect on it in any way. We only look forward.
Well, let's look forward to this next one now. Ben in the corner. What was fresher? What clicked? Something clearly did.
Belief. You believe in something. And I listened, and I believe. Like, I meet a lot of people that want advice, but I know they don't believe in what I'm saying, because they don't believe in themselves probably. I believe in Ben, and so what he's saying is just clicking, do you know what I mean?
Which philosophy would you follow then? Fighters make the trainer, trainers make the fighter.
Trainers make the fighter.
Really?
Without a shadow of a doubt. You can't do it. You can't do it by yourself. You can, but you can't do it for a long time. Like, every good fighter's had a great trainer. Well, the ones that I admire anyway. The ones that I admire. And even though, like, yeah, people will say that, oh, he trained himself half the time. That's rubbish. Because training isn't just like throw a jab here and throw a jab there. It's also like your approach, your psyche, the gems, the wisdom that you get, the environment that a trainer creates. It's more than just a trainer just showing you how to throw a punch. It's the mindset it takes to land that punch. And if it doesn't land, what happens when it doesn't land? It's all of that. Trainers are more than just someone who teaches you how to throw a jab in the right hand.
And what's the role of Derek James, if any?
He's cool.
Right now?
That's my guy if I'm in the States. Well, I don't just want to train for the fight, I want to continue training. And I think, you know, I spoke to Derek, and Derek rates Ben a lot. Like, as I said, he wants to make sure I'm in safe hands. And he was like, yeah, he's a very good coach. I'm glad you're in safe hands. And I feel like I'm in safe hands as well. So the relationship is still good, but I'm going to be based in the UK. This
was taken some time ago. This is in the Matchroom archive, and the tattoo and this deep into your career. What does all this still mean to you and your identity, Anthony?
Just continue to search for greatness, isn't it? Just keep standing up tall in the face of adversity, and in positive times, just always back straight and stand up tall, keep walking forward. Life is life. Life can happen. Life will happen. You know, so many things happen. I don't want to start going into everything, but when life does happen, always stand tall. That's it.
That's a map of Africa. Nigeria there is pinpointed. Next door is Cameroon.
Yeah. From
where Francis Ngannou comes. Is there extra inspiration here for youngsters all across that massive country?
Oh yeah.
That you can spread?
100% there is, 100%. A lot of like And a lot of inspiration that they can take. And yeah, right now we're at war though. There's a civil war happening.
And it's the 50th anniversary this year of the Rumble in the
I
Jungle.
said that, you know. I said this is gonna be God damn, gotta take a bit of a beating for 8 rounds, but I'll be alright in the end.
And then just pop the right hand over.
Yeah. Pat, pat, pow. So Ben, when we get back, can we do some of the Muhammad Ali? You know what I'm messaging? I look here, right, in the yeah, it does resemble that in a way, right? It does resemble that.
So last one, 3-time. I remember being on the ring apron in...
Where'd you get these pictures from? They're quite sick.
These are all from Matchroom's archive.
Where is it?
We'll pass them on.
Thank you.
At 3-time there, I remember jumping up onto the ring apron for the rematch against Ruiz in Saudi.
Yeah.
And before I even asked you a question, 2-time.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
2-time.
So
yeah.
how big is that this year?
It is big. It is big. Like, I'm not looking past Ngannou. That's my main focus. But we're talking about the pictures. What I'm trying to say is there's nothing bigger in sport than winning a trophy, and in my sport is winning a belt, a heavyweight championship belt, man. That's massive. So, and the thing is like, that's why I go back to that picture before, is like perseverance, like keep on pushing, keep on searching. That's why we're going for the 3rd time. It's like, how good can I be? And from that journey, from the Olympics, not knowing where I'm going, imagine now I've got a target. I know where I'm going. So when that red carpet's already laid out, all I need to do is arrive at the destination.
And that kid we showed at the Olympics,
Yeah.
all the way back there.
Yeah. Not knowing where he's going.
Might now be in the same company as Ali,
Yeah.
Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, these 3-time
Yeah.
champions.
Mad. But you know what's crazy about it all? No one ever lives forever to tell the legacy. We're all gonna pass on, innit? And so you just gotta do your best while you're here. And that's when you go back to that McGregor picture, and you ask me about McGregor, someone who lives and loves life.
Yeah.
While you're here, live, love life, be confident, flamboyant, be an extrovert, don't be shy. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you only get one experience and one chance at life.
And you've left plenty behind, so
Let's go.
great. They're all yours.
Thank you so much. You
Great
can keep
to
the
talk
rest,
to
I
you.
just want that one. I'll put it on a t-shirt. Have you been to my website yet?
You have to pay.
Yeah. Thank you.